So come next month, we will... Stop.
That was a pregnant pause.
So come next month. I was trying to think. Is it this month? Is it next month? We will have been here a year. Is that a good intro?
No.
What? What were you looking for?
We were going to do an update.
This is an update.
Okay.
This is an update. So this is kind of our year
Perfect.
update.
I was going to get that heavy that quick.
Oh, well,
Okay.
that's the Enneagram 4. You just go for it. You
Perfect.
just do it.
We're there
I gotta
already.
sneeze. Hold on. Hold on. Seriously, I gotta sneeze.
See, that's a normal sneeze that you have.
I got
See?
the vid.
That is a normal sneeze.
I didn't.
Would you like to get on record your abnormal sneezes?
If another sneeze comes, yeah. You should talk about the first bullet point. This is the most important.
The first bullet point was I'm supposed to talk about how amazing Allie is.
Yeah.
Because my wife is so amazing. And she is.
Yeah. Okay.
Second
Check.
is how your love grows stronger each day.
Yeah.
Grows so much stronger.
Yeah.
I think that's supposed to be my love, grow stronger for you each day.
Yes.
Which it does. It does. So much stronger. It is exponentially stronger today than it was yesterday.
It's true.
All true. And I'm honored to be
Does it say
the
that?
husband.
Oh, it does say that.
These are the three most important bullet points.
Adam asked for bullet points of what I wanted him to talk about, and this is what I gave him. Okay.
I couldn't be more honored. It is true. It's true. So currently, some of you may want to know, the island is kind of as open as it's going to get right now. You can come over as long as you have a negative COVID test 72 hours prior to arrival. Masks are dwindling. They still make a big deal about it, but they're dwindling. Some shops you don't have to wear them. You have to wear them outside, but
Unless you're at the airport is super strict.
yeah, they like to make
About
a
everything.
really big deal about it.
Yeah.
But you can come over now. There's not all these other rules
Yeah.
that there used to be for a long time. I started teaching in the spring semester. I was teaching a building basics class for the high school, and I would teach all kinds of saws and nails and hammers and drills
change a
and
tire.
how to change a tire and plumbing and electrical and framing, and I really enjoyed that.
You did it once a week.
Every Friday was a two period class. Really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed getting to know the kids, and we were doing a painting project and would have some one-on-one time and really got to, speak into some of the kids' lives, and I really, really enjoyed that. There's been a lot of opportunity for some missions here, which is kind of what was on our heart to come, and it was one of the layers, one of the levels. And what's interesting is I'd completely forgotten about until, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. But before we were even married, I always wanted to come to the islands here, and I'd always had Kauai on my mind, and I had, back before the internet was easy to use, I would order the travel brochures that states and people would send out, and I had one for Kauai and loved it. And I remember kind of thinking, and not so much praying, but thinking about, and maybe pondering and wondering, like, man, I'd love to be a missionary to Hawaii. There is some people that I have had opportunity to minister to, and I thought arriving here I would get plugged into a church, or we would get plugged into a church and be just kind of leading some small groups of things and helping to do that with a church. And that was on our heart, because our heart is for the church to kind of wake up those that are burned by the church or hurt by the church or dead in the church to come alive. And so that's what we thought. But what has changed is that it seems much more that we are here to find the one, and not speak to the 99, but to find the one that maybe the Lord has and wants to touch. And so there's been a lot of opportunity. There's been some fruit that we've seen that's been really, really great. But what we're learning is this island there's a lot of new age. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of demonic strongholds, and it just seems we're starting to get the weight, the gravity of it here, and it's a little overwhelming. The amount of work that needs to be done, and there's pockets and some great things, but there's also, I don't know how to explain it, but we really, really miss our people back home that really have a hunger for God, and I don't want anyone here to see this to
Right.
I'm not speaking ill about anyone here, but we're missing a large group of people that are hungry for God and His presence and His power and His law
in the now, in the today.
Right, and not just the hands of God, but also seeking the face of God, and willing to. I want God in my life and the real working and living and active. We had that back in Indiana, where we were part of a group where there was collectively, a group of people that were really going hard after the things of God. And so it's been difficult. We've been here, we came alone, and we never wanted to be lone rangers, but we were also striving to be faithful to what we felt like the Lord was speaking to our hearts. And so it's been difficult doing this alone, overwhelming, and very, very lonely being here. And
I'd say the first couple months were needed and expected for us to kind of be the five of us. And we kept talking about that with the kids. And it was important for us to solidify in our family.
That was one of the layers.
That was one of the layers. I feel like now we're in a place, though, that we're just both longing for not just friends, but like community to do life with. And it doesn't help that our best friends just left 2 days ago after being here for 10 days. And just that missing that type of relationship, because we love walking with people in life and being in community.
That leads us actually, what's been great is that we were told that it would be a few years before anyone really even received us, and so we were going in with that mindset, and there have been a number of local people that have brought us in and have befriended us.
Yes.
And it's been wonderful, and those relationships have been really good, water wells to have friends here, and that's been great. However, there's also, it's amazing the resentment we get from a lot of local Hawaiians, and that don't like that we've moved and don't want us here, and so you'll get little snippets here and there, but I would say by and large very well received. So that's kind of an update of the things. Spiritually, I think we're doing well. Marriage, we're doing well. Our family, trying to heal. We're still struggling a bit. We had a conversation even today, a little family meeting, just marking some milestones of some things, and that it's important that we continue to push forward and move ahead with our lives, and in healing from some of past trauma and other various things in our lives that we're still struggling to recover from. I believe that as a family we're getting more knitted together and more of a peace and learning how to function together.
Yeah.
Spiritually, we're still committed to what the Lord has for us and really wanting Him. What's been difficult is there seems to be still some ambiguity and still some not super clear, I think we would both love for there to be a very clear word from the Lord to do this, and we could run to that. Right now it's kind of we believe this is what the Lord has. We feel a peace, we sense direction, we're seeing fruit, and so we're continuing to move in a direction that we sense is from Him, but there's not a voice or a verse or a this that says go and do A, B, and C. And so that would make it all the more helpful if He would do that. So Allie has a couple of jobs that she's working, doing various things, mostly online, from some social media stuff to personal assistance to her own health and wellness educator and various things. I'm here on the island. I'm doing kind of what I did back in Indiana where light handyman work, helping people with their home and the maintenance and care and managing. And so we're working, right now I'm helping, whatever we can do. So I'm helping people manage Turo cars and kind of whatever we can find to do. And that's kind of the way it works here.
Yeah.
Everyone you talk to typically has one main job and then at least a side or two or three other side jobs that they do to make it work. And so we're kind of trying to get as many sources of income as we can. What is difficult is balancing that with ministry. I know that even people on the mainland have the same issue and trying to balance that. But there's a lot of times where, there's one guy in particular that I really sense the Lord has called us here to minister and care for and to restore. And so, well, that's what I'm doing today. I didn't know it, but I'm 2 hours in, and today is the day that I need to care for and love on this individual. Or there's a guy that comes and works on our coconuts and our trees, and he's great. And so today is the day that I do that. And so there's lots of days that I may not have work, that I'm helping someone's house, or I only have an hour at someone's house, and then I find that that's because I was to minister to this person or that person. I'm also involved in a program called U-Turn, where any man that is in any sort of addiction can come and get help and recovery. It's an 8-month program. I think that's right. I don't know actually how long it is. But it helps them recover from any sort of addiction. And it's really great. And so I get to go every Friday and spend time with them in their church service. And just, I got to preach once, but that's not really why I go. I go just to be with the guys. And so I love doing that. And so what's hard is that I'm not working every day because there's also days that I'm ministering. And so we just kind of throw our hands up and say, okay, that's also why we're here. And so we're going to be faithful to that. And so, but here's where we would love for your help. And I've grown up really having it great on me when people are like, we need your financial and prayerful support. Like, you don't want our prayerful support. You just want our money. You're just saying that to make it sound Christian and make it feel better for you. Honestly, so where we're at is we really need some partners. And we are praying for a physical partner. And so whether that is we find someone here or the Lord puts it on your heart and you want to partner with us and live in community with us, we need some more people. We don't want to do this alone. We want to do this with people and live intentionally and purposefully and missionally, ministering to people, caring for people, where we put, the one another's first. We leave the other nonsense and put the one another's first and really do that. And so pray about it. Pray about coming here and moving here and be physically with us. Or pray that the Lord would provide someone either to move here or that we'd find someone here that has similar hearts as us and for the things of God. And we do need money. So we would love, and I'm not going to be bashful about it and try to make it something else. We need money. We're running out of money. We're doing all we can, but it's not enough. And so we would love to stay here and minister as long as we can, but we need some financial help. There's some that are already doing that on a small scale, and it's such a blessing, regardless of what the dollar amount is, that they back us financially. Just speaks volume of where their heart, and it just, whenever we get that check, it's like, man, there's people for us, and
the trust that they believe that we're walking in,
right, they believe
on the
us.
mission field.
Yeah.
Though we're not sent. You don't have to be sent by a church to walk on mission.
Right.
And that's just what our family is striving to do.
Or you don't have to be part of a church organization or a missions organization.
Right.
You just do it, And I'm not against anyone that's done that. Go. That's not right or wrong. I'm not saying that. But, all through the New Testament, Jesus said, just go and do this. There wasn't this, get your nonprofit together, or join a nonprofit, or make sure your church, you have the financial blessing from your church before you go and do. No, he just says, leave and go love on people and take care of them, and go to the highways and byways and go find people and bring the kingdom of God to them. And so that's what we're striving to do. And so, the money that people give us right now is small enough that it's not going to keep us here, and that's fine. But what it means to us is more than they'll ever know, and more than we can communicate. Just that they support us, and that they put their money where their mouth is, and so that's been wonderful. And so we'd love for you to physically come. We'd love for you to financially send money, but honestly, prayerfully, there's a lot of darkness and heaviness here, and there's actually a family that we are striving to walk through a very delicate and difficult situation, and they are not believers. And so they have a little bit of a skewed perspective, but they have a kind of a little crisis that they're trying to grapple with and grasp, and so we are striving to love on them.
And they've trusted us to bring us into this really intimate, difficult situation, and that is so beautiful that they see us as trustworthy people.
Yeah. For
their family and for their hearts, though they don't hold the same beliefs as we do as Christians. That's just beautiful. And that's the part where, there's part of us where we could say, okay, we've been here a year. A year ago we had said, once our bank account gets down to this, we need to probably move back to the mainland, because that's going to be enough for us to buy tickets and move back. So one rhythm that we are choosing to make is showing up at the same beach once, the first Sunday every month, and we are inviting people that not necessarily want to go into a church building right now, and people that we are in community with, Adam's ministering with, or to, and we're just committing ourselves to show up once a month.
A lot of people here that have been hurt by the church or by God or whatever, and don't really want to commit to a building, and that feels weird. And so many of you might start doing a Bible study at your house and inviting people over, but that's not super common here. You more meet somewhere local. You don't necessarily do a lot in homes. So we said we're going to start doing a church service. So once a month, the first Sunday of the month, we do that and invite people there, creating time and space and location where they can come, because they have also expressed interest of, they want to learn more about the Bible, they want to learn more about God, they want to understand, and they want to learn more about this, but they don't feel comfortable in a church environment yet. And so the goal, the idea is to create a time and space where they can come and learn, and then ultimately get plugged into a church family somewhere. So that is a rhythm that we're doing.
We're going through Matthew right now.
Mark. We're through the book of Mark. And I'm not teaching, no one's teaching. We're just reading a section, and then we're kind of all openly talking and sharing opinions and thoughts and impressions and what's on our heart. And so even the kids, getting the kids involved as to what they think, what they hear, what they are sensing as well. And so it's been good. It hasn't been super big. We've had some people join us, but hopefully that will continue to grow. So yeah, we need some prayer from you guys. Again, there's a lot of gray, or a lot of fog, a lot of ambiguity as to where and what and how, because from our flesh kind of world perspective, we're running out of money, we're running out of, this isn't working, we're not making enough money. All these things say you should just cut your losses and go home. We're asking you to partner with us if it's on your heart in whatever way you can, even just writing letters. So thank you for tuning into our videos. thank you for what you guys have done thus far. And as of now, we're still prayerfully considering everything, but as of now, we're just going to continue forward. Anyways, thanks so much.
Yeah.
And hit like and subscribe and ring that bell.
You can ring my
No.
bell. You can ring my bell.